Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I have a Disturbia haul for you. I'm going to be completely honest, this is not really in any way positive. So if you're looking for more of like an uplifting, a happy video, maybe go and check out one of my other ones, maybe a tag video. Yeah, this is going to be quite ranty, which is very unfortunate actually. So I do have 4 pieces to show you, but if you're okay with that and maybe you've been looking at these pieces because I really struggle to find reviews on all of these and maybe you're considering it, then I hope this video is helpful. I will obviously go through like the positives and negatives of each piece, but mostly they are negative. Do keep on watching if that sounds like something that will help you, and don't forget to subscribe. Usually a lot of my other videos are a lot more like happy, because usually I'm really happy with the pieces I get, but all of these will be going back. I ordered these in the Black Friday sale. I'd been looking at a couple of these for quite a few months. I kind of had them on my radar, but I didn't really buy them because they didn't really have a good enough discount, and like the free shipping used to be over £75 and I found it very hard to meet that. Killstar always has like, if you buy £50 you get free shipping, and Disturbia have actually changed to that, which I think is a plus for them because I think £50 is much easier to reach to get free shipping. So I do think it's good that they've changed that from £75 to £50 for like UK customers. I received their 25% off code for Black Friday and I added my things to the cart. Usually I'm someone who stays up until at least 1 AM usually. So I'd get the emails dead on midnight when the next day sale happens, if that makes sense. So I think this was like the pre-Black Friday, and then on Black Friday was 30% off for 24 hours. So I got the email as soon as it came through, and I actually ordered them like around 1 AM or just... Actually, I think it was later than that. I feel like it was 2 AM. It was some ridiculous early hour in the morning. So I got 30% off of everything. I'd be thinking, well, why did you order if you've seen my previous video? So I'll leave my previous Disturbia haul in the eye for you up here. So basically, I placed an order for some summer stuff back in, gosh, probably June, July, maybe even earlier. And I bought some of their summer pieces. I was really unhappy with the quality. I did a whole review and I ended up sending all of it back, I think, apart from maybe some shorts or something. I've been put off buying from them ever since, to be honest. And when they had the 30% off code, I was like, that's actually a really good deal. I get the free shipping because I finally have like over enough for free shipping, and I thought I'll give them one last chance. I'll buy all of the items that I kind of had my eye on and I'll see if they have improved. I'll start with the piece that's probably my favourite. So this is called the Elder Emo mini dress. Now when this first came out, I thought it was such a cool design. Like, I really like the design of this. I don't particularly like that it says emo on it because I don't really call myself an emo, but I really love the dress because if you've been following my channel for a while, I absolutely love black and white stripes. I don't wear them as much anymore, to be honest, because I'm really into red at the moment, but I absolutely love black and white stripes. It's actually a pattern that my brand Simply Gothic uses. So when this dress came out, I absolutely loved the skirt and I just thought it was a really cute design. So I got this in a 10 and it retails at £50. So with all of my clothing hauls, I will go through the quality, the details, the sizing, and I'll also have a try on of each piece after I've talked about it. I will be recording the try-ons quickly before I send everything back, so you should get that as well. This is kind of an idea of what the dress looks like. Kind of a quick overview. So to start with, it's got these kind of like strappy straps. Now these do have adjustable things on the back, kind of like bra straps, which I really like. I did appreciate this because without this definitely wouldn't have fitted me. So I do like that they've put these adjustable things in. Straight away though, I can see like another loose thread, which is an issue I had with them a lot last time. Okay, this one's just come off, so I don't know if that was actually on there or what, but I found that the issue wasn't as bad as my last order, but I did find a lot of loose threads that seemed to be like they didn't come from that clothing on the clothing. Like on one of the black dresses I found green thread on the ribbon, which I thought was really weird, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. And then it's got this really pretty black lace around the bust here, and it's kind of like a sweetheart neckline, I think you would call that. Like it kind of dips in at the middle, and you can see that it says emo forever, and this has been embroidered on, which is nice. And then it's kind of simplistic along the top, and then the skirt is where it has the kind of striped details. So it's a pleated skirt, and it's got these like sections that are black and white stripes. And these sections aren't very big, like that's literally all of the striped pattern that you get, so it's not really a lot considering when it's all pleated, like the black covers quite a lot of it. And then the pleats go all the way around the skirt, so if I show you the back of it, is on the back too. So that's the front, and then that's the back. And then on the right hand side there is this kind of chain design, which I think adds to the dress, and it is removable, which is nice, so it is easy to wash. So as you can see, it's on this clip which is removable, and it's this really like chunky chain. It's kind of like 2 pieces of chain. I don't know what this is focusing on. I think it's focusing on Lydia up there. Yeah, it's like 2 pieces of chain that have kind of been chained together. So that does kind of connect from the front to the back, so it kind of sits on your side, which I do like as a detail. I like when things have those kind of side things. There is a side zip that goes on the left hand side all the way down to kind of here-ish. So it does have a zip, which I would hope. I love the design of this. I do think the sizing of this is nice. So I got this in a size 10. This is something I've said before about Disturbia. The sizes are very hit or miss. So I've got pieces in a 10 and pieces in an 8 and pieces in a 6. So the first dress I actually ordered from Killstar was the checked maxi dress. I absolutely love that dress. And I originally ordered it in a 10 because usually like my chest is an 8 and then my waist and hips are kind of more of a 10. So going by that size chart, I did pick a 10 and it was huge. So I ended up getting a 6 in that dress, and it fits me perfectly. So the sizing is kind of a nightmare, and I've got a top in a 6 that fits great, but then I've ordered other stuff in a 6 and I can't get it on, so it's really hit or miss with the sizing. This however did fit me, but I definitely wouldn't have been able to get any size below because this has no stretch in it, so that's something to be aware of with this. So I did go for a 10. I kind of assumed that by the photo, and I don't think it has any elastane in it, so this is 100% cotton, so that's why I decided to go for a 10 rather than like an 8. So it fits me actually really well. I do think it's really flattering actually. I think it does look nice. However, the reason I'm sending it back is I don't actually like the material, and I know a lot of people would prefer to have their things made out of cotton, and I've got like tops from Killstar that are made out of cotton and they feel like such a lovely quality and they feel like warm, whereas this is just really thin feeling. I'm not sure what it was about it, because I was really kind of between keeping this and not keeping it. It's because I put it on and I felt freezing, and I was thinking this is literally gonna have to be a dress for summer, and that is it. Like there's no way I could get away with this really in the autumn or the winter, because it's just way too thin and it's not big enough for me to lay other things underneath it. I'm not sure if you'd say it was see-through, because it feels like there's kind of 2 thinnish layers. I don't think you would say it's see-through, especially not on the chest, and it doesn't look to be see-through either on the skirt, but for some reason this material just doesn't feel very nice. I don't know why, and it creases so easily. I'm just not a big fan of this material. I think if they had used a different material I would have liked it a lot more, and you could say it's just the way it's been folded, but I have a feeling you'd have to iron this every single time you wanted to wear it, because even in the light, like it's just, I don't know, it just kind of looks a little bit cheapy to me, the way the material kind of hangs. And something else I didn't like is the way the skirt sits. You really can't see the stripes a lot and the stripes was the main reason I really liked it. So I do think there are some nice quality things, like I think the chain is like decent enough. I mean, it doesn't feel cold. I don't think it is metal. It does feel more like a plastic, but it's okay. I like that the straps are adjustable. I like that there's a zip. The zip is okay. It's a little bit stiff, but I could get it up. I wasn't sat there trying to like yank it for ages. So The zip was fine on this. I think the lace is nice, and I like that it's been embroidered, but I just overall don't like this material. But this is probably the best one out of the 4 of them. Let me know if you've got this dress. What do you think of it? Do you think the material is okay? Do you think I'm just being picky? I think because also I tried this one on after I was already so disappointed. That didn't help, but I just wasn't a fan of the material. I don't know. One I got was again one that I was looking at for quite some time. Now this one's called the Ignorance Corset Lace Up Striped Top. I got this in an 8. I should have got this in a 10. So I went by the size chart, and I thought because this is just a top, I'll get it in an 8, considering I've got tops in like 6s from Disturbia. It was just way too short, so it's kind of hard for me to judge this one. So this is like half cotton, half polyester, which is the material. And there are a few things that I just overall didn't like about this one. This top is like a 2-piece set kind of thing. It's very hard to show. Kind of like this. That's probably the best you're going to be able to see it. But it's basically a striped off the shoulder top, and it's connected to a corset. Now I wish these 2 pieces came separately, so you could wear the top with different things and the belt with different things, because I think that would make it a lot easier, because in order to get the top on you have to get the belt round you, but the belt is like has no stretch and you have to undo it, so it's a real pain to get on. So I feel like if they came separately, that would have been like a game changer for this piece. As you can see, the black is insanely see-through. It's not just like a thinnish material, it looks like it was designed to be like that. So if I hold it up, you can see like a slight pattern on the top, but it is very, very see-through. And even with like a black bra on, you could see the bra outline of this, so I didn't like that. I wasn't crazy about that. I mean, there's a few loose threads like here and there. It just feels very thin and very cheapy, which is a real shame. Like, I've bought long sleeve tops from like New Look and Primark, and even they feel like a nicer quality than this. That's why I really was disappointed with this, because it's not like I'm looking for the highest quality thing ever. It's like I do buy from New Look, Primark, Killstar, like those kinds of shops. I mean, Killstar's a bit above New Look and Primark, but I don't have the biggest expectations, but this just immediately felt thin. I mean, maybe it's supposed to, I don't know. I think it's very flattering when it sits off the shoulder. I really liked, again, the design. I think the designs of these are really nice. However, this top you will see on the try on stopped here, and it's got thumb holes. So that was a bit of an issue. So it does have like these little thumb holes cut out of the top. Again, I'm not sure how this would wear over time, considering the material is very, very thin, but I didn't have a chance to test that out because this top's just way too short. And that's really weird because I actually don't have long arms or anything. I'd probably have to get a 10, but even then, like, they were so short, I'm wondering if the 10 would reach my thumbs. So that's kind of the top. So the kind of top half of it isn't joined by anything, and then at the waist you've got like a few kind of stitches where the kind of corset belt thing hooks on, as you can kind of see. So it's stitched on at 2 places on either side, but the back isn't stitched on and the front isn't stitched on. I think the front isn't stitched on though, because you can like adjust this, so that's one good thing about it. The top has stretch, like it has quite a lot of stretch, but the corset belt doesn't. Like, there's no stretch in this at all. So as I said, you can adjust it, so there is that, but I did find it a pain, and every time I would try and like tighten this bit, it's like these ones at the bottom never seem to like pull in, and I had to like sit there adjusting each thing. And because these laces are very, very like shiny and slippery, I just found it very difficult. Something else that was weird, but I guess is kind of to be expected with something like this, is everything was a bit tight and like the sleeves were short, but the straps just fell down. So it's like the straps were too loose and everything else was tight. So even if I did want to size up and get a 10, these would be even bigger. And these are not adjustable, so there's nothing on these to adjust them, which isn't the best. Like, I think if this was separate and then they put adjustable straps on this, I think it would work so much better. It's also very, very cropped. That was something that surprised me. Like, I knew it was cropped, but it was more cropped than I thought it would be. Like, if you didn't want to show skin, you would have to wear something quite high-waisted with this. So yeah, the quality of this, I think the corset belt is all right. Like, this feels like a nice thickish material. However, the top is very, very thin. I love how we're 20 minutes in and I've only talked about 2 things. So this was that one that will also be going back. So that retails at £40. I got it for 28, and I got the emo dress for 35. So the next item is a dress. Now this is called the Baudelaire. I'm probably butchering that. I'll put the spelling on the screen. Lace-up dress. Now this wasn't actually something I was after, but when I was going through the website, I saw the model wear it and it looked so pretty on her. I was like, how come I'd never seen that before? Now I did ask for reviews of this in the Disturbia Addicts Anonymous group, and one girl said that she got this and she was very disappointed with it. So I kind of had that at the back of my mind of it could be disappointing, but she was mainly disappointed with it for like the sizing, so I was like, that could be different for me. But this dress, I feel like it looks like the dress on the model, but it also really doesn't. So I'll put like a side by side on the screen, because I just thought it's the most unflattering dress that I've really put on in quite some time. So I got this in a 10 and it does fit me like accurately. I just feel like the design of this could be better. I'll try and hold it up, but it's a lot of just everything thrown at it. Like, it's kind of like this. It's just like a whole bunch of material. So starting at the top, we've got like a crew neck kind of thing, and there is a button at the back, and the elastic on this is so difficult to put on, like behind the back of your neck. Like, I tried for so long when I was trying this dress on to do up this button and I literally couldn't. It's very difficult to put on, and I don't know how long that elastic would stay on there for. And then it goes into a kind of mesh top on the front, and the detail I really liked about this one was this lace-up feature with velvet black ribbon. I thought that was really nice, and it's got this kind of biggish frill, and then the top half is more fitted, and then it flares out kind of into this massive skirt. Like, it's huge. And it's got these like little ribbony things with D-rings on the ends, kind of like that. They don't connect to anything, they're just on the skirt. And then the sleeves are bell sleeves, but they're very wide. Like, and then they flare out. This one I think is a nice material. Like, it feels a lot thicker, a lot like nicer quality. This one was £56 and I got it for $39.20. As I said, the sizing was okay, but I just didn't like the design of this. I felt like it looked very elegant and very like witchy on the model, and it could be because she's taller, maybe it sits nicer. For me, again, I didn't like the elastic. I felt like that was really difficult to put on. I liked the lace-up feature. I felt overall the whole thing with this dress was there was just too much of it and it was too big. It looked very frumpy looking. It really didn't look flattering. So I think that although the chest area is fitted, because of this massive frill that goes up to just before your shoulders, and then all of this like mesh layered with a frill, layered with a lace-up detail, although it's fitted, it does end up looking kind of big looking at the end of it. And then the rest of the skirt is huge. There's so much material. I feel like there shouldn't be this much material. Just looking now, actually, there are quite a few loose threads. Not really surprising. You can kind of see them across like the stitch in there at the waist. But this is just way too much, and because this dress is so heavy and the material is so thick, there's just way too much material I find on the skirt. I feel like if you go for a thinner material, you should put like more on there, but if it's a thicker material, it can end up sticking out and just looking really strange. So the skirt looks really big and it's a bit long on me, and then the sleeves are just so big as well. Like, I feel like when you do a bell sleeve, they're supposed to start smaller. Like, I don't know why this is so wide. I mean, it almost doesn't look like a bell sleeve anymore. I mean, it just flares out a tiny bit. With every bell sleeve top I have, whether it's from New Look, whether it's from Killstar, they always start like this, like it hugs your arm, and then from about here it starts to go out. So nothing looks too much. Like, it looks really witchy but also very, very flattering. Whereas this is just like bunch of lacing, mesh, frill up to your shoulders so your shoulders look big, massive sleeves, and then a massive skirt, and everything just looked way too big. I don't know. Hopefully you get what I mean. But I just felt like this was such an unflattering dress, and it looked so nice on the model. Although the quality is actually nice on this, the mesh isn't itchy at all. Like, that's nice, and it is thicker. There are some loose threads, as I showed you, but more importantly, I really didn't like the style. I don't think it suits me. And also, actually, I just remembered, it has a zip on the side so you can get into. I couldn't zip it up past the seam. Usually when this happens, I really do try for quite a while, so I don't give up easily. And I couldn't get it past here. And what was interesting was it actually arrived like this. I mean, if it arrives unzipped and you can't even do it up, I think that's an issue. It's just, you can probably zip it up like when it's closed, but it's really stiff and really hard to get past this seam line when it's on you. So hello. Ignore my crazy morning hair and the redness under my eyes. I don't know where that's coming from. It's not in the mirror, but for some reason it's on the camera, so ignore that. I was just filming the try-ons for the pieces. Like, as you can see, I've just put on the striped top to film, because I usually do try-ons for all of my clothing hauls. That's pretty standard. And I tried on the Baudelaire dress. I'll probably put this clip in after I've talked about it. And I mentioned in that video that when I first tried it on, I couldn't get the zip up, and I also couldn't do the button up at the back. And I thought, okay, for the try on, I will try and do the button up, and I'll try to do the zip. You can see me really struggling in putting the zip up, but it did finally go. And I managed to get the button through the loop as well. I was like, brilliant. And then I went to take it off. It's the first time I've put this button through the loop, because I didn't do it like the first time I tried it on before I filmed the haul video. So this was the first time I put this button through the loop, and when I undid it, it literally just came off the string. But I thought I'd just come on here and mention that, because that's so bad. Like, so bad. Like, I talked a lot in that video because I recorded it yesterday, I think, about the loose buttons. And this just proves it. Like, this one, I didn't even say was loose, and it came off the first time I put the button through the loop. Very, very disappointing. And then the last item on this, to be honest, I wasn't looking at this for a while. I had this weird urge to suddenly get like a leather coat. Don't know where that came from, but I really wanted something like Underworld inspired, like proper leather vampy, that kind of thing. And then I saw this coat on their website and I was like, I'm placing an order anyway. I'll try this one and see if it's any good. Now, this is called the Poison PU Leather Trench Coat. It retails at £110. I feel like you can get leather for slightly more than that, so it's kind of expensive, and I got it for 77, so I felt like that was quite a good discount off of that. Again, I will not be keeping it for sizing issues and quality issues, unfortunately. We'll go through the details first. Firstly, this is so heavy. Like, it does feel nice quality wise in that sense. Like, it feels really heavy. That is because it's massive. It's gonna be quite hard to show you, so bear with me. So starting at the top, we've got this like little chain thing, and this is the lining. It's not thick at all. Like, this is definitely not gonna keep you very warm. It's quite a thin coat, and then it's kind of got the standard like leather collar. So it's got this collar that goes behind your neck, and then it's got this kind of pointy looking kind of classic leather jacket slash coat, and then it's got all of these buttons that go all the way down the front. As you can see, it's very long. So I don't know, again, it's really difficult to show you this because it's literally massive. It does have inside buttons to help keep it closed as well. So you can wear it like open with kind of like a lowish v-neck, which looks really flattering actually, or you can have it like completely closed up, and then you can cross it over so you do get like two lots of buttons, if that makes sense. Again, you will see better in the try on. This is just very difficult to show. But one feature that I loved about this was actually the belt that has fallen down. So it does have eyelets all over it, and then it's got this massive pentagram on it, and this looks so, I don't know why, it just makes the jacket look so like goth like. It just screams goth. I don't know why. I know it's a pentagram, I know it's technically like a witch sign, but I don't know, it just gives that kind of vibe, and it makes the jacket look quite nice actually. I do like the belt. The sleeves are nice. They're just kind of average. The leather that's been used, like the fake leather, is actually very, very soft. It does feel like really smooth, really soft, really nice. And the stitching on this does seem okay. I don't see any like loose threads around this bit at least. And then it does have pockets. So it's got two pockets on either side of the jacket, and they're also very deep, so you could 100% get your phone in there very easily. So I do like the pockets, and there's also an inside pocket on this side, which I like as well. It's like a little secret hidden pocket. And yeah, I think that's mostly it. It does have some kind of like slits at the back. The back of it is very plain. I wonder if I stand up, maybe you can see better. That's kind of the back of it. It's very long. And then the front of it is kind of like this. Okay, I'm back with a new battery. So I was talking about this coat. So I do like the overall look of it. I did have an Underworld moment in it. So I do think it looks very cool, very vampy, very goth, but it's just way too long on me, and I had a feeling, but it's very hard to judge because obviously the models are quite tall. So I am 5'2", so I'm definitely on the shorter side, and this is almost like floor length on me, and just didn't really look right. It looked cool if I was in like a movie, but for every day it's not something I'd probably feel comfortable wearing out. I didn't end up keeping this. It also looked very big on me. I think I would have been better with a smaller size, so I got this in an 8 because I did hear it came up big. Definitely glad I didn't get it in a 10, but I think if I was going to keep this, I would have to get it in a 6 because it just felt very, very big. But also it is a lot of money for a jacket, and my main issue with this, apart from the length, because that was definitely a problem for me, was the buttons aren't attached very well. And for a coat that retails at £110, I would expect the buttons to actually be like properly sewn on. So some of them seem to be okay. So with this one, hopefully you can see this. Like, do you see how close that is to the material? There's a slight gap so you can actually use the button, but it does look like it's sewn on there well. However, then we go to this one, and I can see that if you were just to pull that, that would be coming off. Like, from my side, I can literally see the end of the thread. So that is very concerning. You can even see the way that this like moves around. Like this one, it's very like stiff, like it's not really moving. Whereas this one, it looks really loose. Do you see how much that's moving when I move the material? Whereas this one, it kind of stays with it. Hopefully you get what I mean. But this one in particular is very, very loose. This one is very, very loose as well. Like, and I get that some jackets have loose buttons, but when you've got some that are sewn on very well and some where you can literally see the end of the thread, even this one, like, I just know that that's not gonna hold up, which is a shame because I would expect for a £110 coat to be better than that, like to actually have the buttons sewn on right. Even when I put this on, I was very nervous to actually do the coat up because the buttons felt that loose. And that's not the first time. Like, I had issues with that last time, unfortunately. The buttons on this side, no, that looks really loose. I just don't trust that at all. Like, again, on the other side, because there's like buttons on both sides, this one looks like it's very well sewn. What am I saying? This one looks like it's sewn in very well. Like, it moves a little bit, but not too much. Whereas this one, again, I don't know if you can really see. Like, oh, it just makes me nervous. I think that's a huge problem. I think if you're paying that much money for a coat, then you shouldn't expect the buttons to fall off. Now, I know I haven't had this issue with the buttons actually falling off. However, I can just tell from trying it on, I'm like, that's not gonna hold up. So my overall total was £256 without the discount, and it came to £179.20. So I did get free shipping with that, and that was with the 30% off. However, I think it's all going back. Yeah, I was just very disappointed in all of this because I was really excited for it to arrive. One thing I will say before I kind of summarize is it actually arrived the next day. So I ordered it Friday at like 2 AM, and then it arrived the next day, Saturday in the afternoon. So the shipping is very quick. They now use DPD, which is good. I really like DPD, so that's a plus. Like, it arrived so quickly. However, it was very disappointing. Like, it seems to be a quality issue. Like, they already had sizing issues like kind of back in the day, but I could forgive that because I love the quality of their stuff. I've got the Wednesday's child top, love it. The Beetle shorts, love them. As I said, the checked dress, the like Transylvania long sleeve top. Like, there are some pieces from Disturbia that I absolutely love, but they are all of their older pieces. And people have even said in the group that their stitching has changed. They used to do like a double stitch or whatever it's called, and now they only do one. Some people have reported their clothing falling apart after 2 wears. Like, they have gone really downhill, which I think is so disappointing, because they used to be that brand that everyone preferred over Killstar, because they were more of like, not a small business, but like a smaller business. They have really gone downhill in terms of the quality. They already had the sizing issues, but I think that's been made worse with the quality of their pieces. They're also bringing out collections nearly weekly, I think. And I don't think they used to bring them out as much. So it seems to be more of a thing now where it's like, let's pump out as many clothes as we can. Whereas the quality of everything seems to be really overlooked. I used to really like Disturbia, and this was kind of like the last chance for them for me, because I was really disappointed with my last order. And even now I see something I like, and I think, I bet the quality of that isn't going to be nice, and then I'll see it secondhand on Depop and I'll go and check and it's really thin. So it's not just like I'm making assumptions, it keeps happening with the clothes. So I really hope they fix it. I understand that there's, you know, everything's going up, but it seems to be kind of with a lot of clothing companies, as the prices are going up but the quality is going down. Surely if the prices go up a little bit more and the quality stays the same, that would be so much better. But I feel like a lot of people have been really disappointed with not Killstar. But I feel like a lot of people have been really disappointed with Disturbia, so I don't think I'll be ordering from them again. I do hope that this helps you if you've been looking at these pieces, because I was looking at those 2 striped pieces for ages, and I really thought those were going to be the ones that would be super like nice and definitely my thing. But again, really disappointed. Like £40 for a really thin top that's thinner than Primark. Like, I don't mind actually paying more if the quality is nice. Like, I don't mind that, but it's paying higher prices, like £110 for a coat with buttons that look like they're going to fall off on the second time you put them on. I am sorry for such a ranty video. A lot of my videos, probably like 99.9% of them, are super happy, super upbeat, because usually I'm very happy with what I buy. But I felt like this was worth mentioning because I haven't seen any reviews for this, and they don't have reviews on their website either, so I do hope that this helped you if you've been looking at these. If you have any questions, that maybe something I didn't cover, do leave them in the description box below. I will leave the links if you're interested down below too for you, but let me know your thoughts. Do you think I'm being too picky, or do you agree with me, having seen the try-ons, having seen what I've showed you? And just let me know what you think in the comments. Do like and subscribe if you found this video helpful and you enjoyed it, and hopefully I will see you in my next one with a happier video. Bye.